Good evening and welcome to Orca News. The headlines. COVID-19 vaccination process now undergoing. 2 new COVID-19 cases were reported. 4 disclosed constitutional amendments have been signed and approved. And Sentimone Wooden Hotel has been demolished. COVID-19 vaccination has now begun last Monday. More to report from George. George?
Yes, Mada. The health department with Lingus General Hospital has started their vaccination process last Monday. President Limson and Vice President Jenner visited Lingus General Hospital and officially started the vaccination process in the country. On that day, 55 hospital staff, doctors, and nurses have gotten their first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. As of today, according to the health department, 237 individuals have now gotten their first dose. President Limson stated at the start of the vaccination, he stated that he will follow and be vaccinated following the vaccination phases. He stated that he will be inoculated when phase 4 is up, which is the people in the public sector. Vice President Jenner also stated that he will follow the vaccination phase. Moreover, the health department noted that vaccination is still ongoing and still be limited due to the local spread of the coronavirus in Picot City as well as the imposed alert levels quarantine isolations over the country. Phases 1 and 2 are still ongoing for vaccination. According to the chief executive of the hospital, approximately 100 people can be vaccinated per day following the quarantine isolation measures. For everyone who will be going to the hospital to be vaccinated, they must check if vaccination is still available for that day on their website. The estimated quota of vaccination is only at 100 people per day for people under phases 1 and 2. You may appoint your vaccination on their website, selecting the date and time of your expected vaccination. When coming, an official ID and cell phone number or email address are required for the inoculation process. Back to you, Mada.
Thank you, George. Health Department reported 2 new local COVID-19 cases in Picot City. The total COVID-19 cases in Landova is now at 83. Active cases are now at 8. COVID-19 alert levels have been stricter in more places. Lockdown is imposed in Plainsfield Pier Hotel and Commerce Valley Terraces Village due to ongoing construction. Quarantine Isolation Level 2 has been imposed in Picot City. Quarantine Isolation Level 1 has been imposed in the municipality of Schottler, Plainsfield City, and Sonoma City. Closure has been imposed in the municipality of Tudor, Whitetown Village, Old Massa Village, Flathills Village, Frostley Village, and Lubhart Village. The health department stated on Monday that if cases are still beginning to rise, extreme quarantine measures would be greatly imposed on large-scale areas. The vaccination might be affected due to the quarantine measures that might be imposed. Nonetheless, they said, vaccination will continue in Lingus General Hospital. President Limson has signed and approved 4 constitutional amendments. More to report from Paul. Paul?
Yes, Mada. President Limson on Sunday has signed and approved 4 disclosed constitutional amendments. Congress has finalized several constitutional amendments in which 4 of which have been approved by the president. The 4 approved amendments that President Limson has approved are the following. The number of years in a term in which a government official is sworn to serve 2 years in a term, which includes the president, the vice president simultaneously being the Senate president, the House Speaker, senators, congressmen, governors, and mayors. Separate elections for the vice president. Dismissing on electing the second placer of a presidential candidate. Political parties may or may not run their candidate for the presidency and vice presidency. Candidates for president and vice president on the same party are both elected in the position. There are more constitutional amendments that Congress wants to approve. The approved constitutional amendments will take effect in the next elections. Mata?
Thank you, Paul. Here's our weather for tomorrow. The first ever mid-rise building and hotel in Landova has been demolished. More to report from Ludward. Ludward?
Yes, Mada. Sentimone Wooden Hotel has been demolished last Sunday. The demolishing process began on June 29th. Workers from top to bottom deconstruct the building and succeeded and finished yesterday. The owner of the hotel said that they will be reusing and rebuilding the establishment to maximize the room capacity and to follow the Architecture and Infrastructure Department's building code, which the old building was unstable and risky of collapse. Meanwhile, the new building will replace the old wooden hotel. The owner said that the blueprints and the design of the building will be a surprise and will be modernized. The building adjacent to the site, which is the Sentimone Program House, will still be used for programs, forums, and other handheld events. Flathill's Mayor Marco Fuentes is deeply concerned about the flow of tourism in their village. He said that it would be good if tourists explore more in the countryside, stating that the village wants gain civilization to other villages and cities. Mada?
Thank you, Ludward. And that's it for tonight's news. This is Mada Parkinson, reporting for Orca News. Good evening, everyone.